We are going to now see our first picture. The company is called Bizaway. They are from Italy, and they are a platform to book, manage and control business travel, and we are delighted to be joined by their head of sales. Ladies and gents, please give a huge round of applause to Giovanni Bernardi. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning. So let's talk about Bizaway. Bizaway is a startup that was born to simplify business travel and to make it easier for companies to book, manage, and control business travel for their employees in one place. But what exactly is the problem? The problem is that business travel is quite a complex process, and it's quite inefficient for the people involved. And there are mainly two channels to book business travel. The first one is travel agencies. Travel agencies, as you can imagine, follow a quite manual and inefficient process because these companies normally rely on phone calls, emails, and manual interactions, and they're quite pricey. Well, the second solution available for companies are digital booking tools like Booking.com, Kayak, Skyscanner. These companies are great, the prices are really good, but the problem is that they have very limited support. They are B2C oriented, and they're vertical specific, meaning that you have to use many of them. Now, Bizaway was born as a third channel, as a travel agency 2.0, to bring together the best of the technology and the best of the travel agency. So the best of the travel agency is the centralized support and the 24/7 assistant to travelers, and the best of technology that can help all the players involved in this process. So the travelers that can save time when making the reservations, the finance manager that can have a 360 view over the expenses of their employees, and the travel manager that can make sure that in 100% of the cases, the travel policy is always respected. So you cannot book that 5-star hotel that you wanted. Which opportunity are we talking about? If I show you this chart, it will probably not be very sexy for investors because we're seeing a market that is actually contracting during COVID. This is a temporary contraction. But what if I give you the numbers? This now changes. We're talking about a $1 trillion opportunity. We're talking about a market that in Europe alone is moving more than 200 billion euros of spending every year. And in Bizaway, we have been taking on this market during these years. Even considering COVID, we had more than 100% compounded average growth rate. And we just recently surpassed the 30 million euros run rate. And also, the client acquisitions never stopped. So even during COVID, we onboarded hundreds of new corporate clients. But this is just the beginning. We are very ambitious, and in 3 years, we aim at becoming a 1.5 billion euros recurring revenue company. And those are some of our numbers. So more than 600 corporate clients like these companies, so digital companies like Scalapay, Chilits, etc., and more traditional enterprises like Telepass. And we have more than 5 offices and 70 million euros raised to date. Thank you very much.
Muy bien, gracias.
Nice.
Okay, grazie mille, Giovanni. That was fantastic.
Yay.
Okay.
Pasta,
Excellent, excellent. And I will say, there's a timer here on stage. When it gets to 0, I will come on stage. I'll be slightly rude, and I will finish it up. But you brought it in exactly within time. That was great. And we already have a question from over there, for the gentleman with the microphone. Thank you. If you could introduce yourself to the room.
Hello, good morning. This is Gonzalo from Faraday Venture Partners. Congratulations on the presentation. Congratulations on the evolution of your company.
Thank you.
I wanted to know your average margin.
Yeah.
And what type of integrations does your tool has with other possibly digital platforms?
Yeah. So our average margin right now is between 6 and 7%, but actually our take rate will increase over time because we are, of course, as you know, this is a business volume. So the more volume we generate, the more rappels and commissions we get from providers. And talking about integrations, our solution is not made for travel agencies. So a lot of travel agencies are contacting us. But for instance, we are integrating with a lot of expensing tools for the part of expensing node, but also with a lot of players in the industry like GDS, like Amadeus, and these travel providers that are our providers, actually. I don't know if I replied.
Excellent question. Thank you so much. And we have another question from the lady in the front. If you could introduce yourself to the room. Thank you.
Sure. Susanna Chiu from Amadeus Ventures, Amadeus IT Group, your provider.
Wonderful.
So, in your market landscape, you haven't mentioned about trip actions,
Yeah.
travel perk, like the very successful Spanish company, you know?
Yeah.
Which is addressing exactly the space that you're working on. What exactly is the innovation you're bringing to the industry?
That's a really good question. So actually, we don't see, for instance, travel perk and trip actions as real competitors, basically because for two reasons. The market is so huge that there is space for VisaWay, travel perk, trip actions, and hundreds of different providers. But the second reason actually is that VisaWay is now focusing on a quite different segment. We are going through a more enterprise-based segment. So while travel perk and trip actions normally are taking the companies that already were using some kind of digital solutions, in our case, our competitors are BCD Travel, Amex, and Viajes El Corte Inglés in Spain. So these are the kind of platforms. Then the product and the model is quite similar, of course, to these companies. There are differences in the technology, but I won't stay here saying that our is better than the others.
Okay, wonderful. What a great question. Ladies and gents, a big round of applause one more time for Giovanni Bernardi from VisaWay. Thank you so much. Grazie mille. Okay, wow, off to a fine start there, and we are going to move immediately on with our next pitcher. Our judges are getting a few seconds to send their thoughts to the South Summit mothership, where all the results are counted. We are now going to meet a company based in Spain. I've had the pleasure of meeting them at various very good tech events over the past year, and they are ethical AI for real-time social understanding. The company is known as CityBeats. We are delighted to be joined by their venture manager. Ladies and gents, please give a huge round of applause for Jamie Clark.
Good morning, I'm Jamie, and welcome to CityBeats, the platform that understands how society changes in real time. When you look and reflect at the world around you, do you feel that there is trust? Over the last 50 years, in nearly all countries around the world, trust in our social institutions is sharply decreasing, amounting to a huge societal cost of over 6 trillion per year. And it is not people's fault. They are voicing their concerns. In the next 5 minutes, there will be 2.25 million opinions shared, 1.5 million thoughts, and 200,000 feelings shared online. People are communicating about how they feel in the digital sphere. But we are not listening. 80% of all online text-based data is unstructured, meaning you cannot capture it, interpret it, or analyze it. It is essentially lost. So what do? CityBeats captures all of this online text-based data, connecting by default to over 1 million data sources. It meets this data with NLP and machine learning, and then extract social analytics so that organizations can make decisions or implement policies that are far more aligned to the actual needs and concerns of their main stakeholders. So just to give you a bit more visibility on the platform itself, here you've got the CityBeats dashboard. I, as the user, can come in and see what people care about. I can go to different regions or different countries around the world. And just as a generic example, how do people in South America feel about migration? Or how do people here in Europe feel about climate change? All of this is available in the dashboard to allow decision makers to make more informed and quality decisions. So our unique selling proposition is our ethical approach. That means having data that is fully representative, and that means our own proprietary algorithms that reduces the bias in the analysis. These two pillars are key to ensure that our analysis remains reliable and state-of-the-art. So in the last 3 years, we are 90 days earlier than traditional data collection methods. We have represented over 1 billion voices worldwide, deployed our technology in 70 countries, and positively impacted 1.1 billion in budgets. We are building a more responsive and connected society. So a bit about the team. We're currently 31 proud city beaters from over 13 nationalities. We believe that our diversity is our strength, and we're currently headquartered in Barcelona, but just opened an office in Delaware in the US. It really is the time to put humanity back into the decision making. This is our mission, and we hope you'll join us on the path. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff there, Jamie. Absolutely brought it right in. You can see we have some folks been practicing their timing and really working it out to the minute. But what did our judges think? Yes, we have a question from the dude in the very stylish white shirt. If you could introduce yourself to the audience, please. Oh, you got the microphone on? Hola, hola. 1, 2.
1, 2, yeah.
Muy bien.
Hi, Gonzalo again from Faraday. Congratulations, very interesting project. I wanted to understand a bit better if you could tell us a particular use case and how do you monetize that relationship with that particular client?
Sure, thanks, Gonzalo. So I think I would say the WHO would be the best use case in this format. So the World Health Organization is one of our biggest customers, and obviously in the last 2 years, there has been some instability in the world, and so the WHO uses our analysis on how people are feeling around infodemia, around vaccine skepticism, around any COVID category that they wanted to track. So they tracked 41 different COVID categories, so that could be any feeling that people were communicating about the pandemic. And so for them, their return on investment is quite significant because all of their communication and all of their, basically maneuvering is around how people feel. So they can make decisions.
And they pay a monthly fee?
Yes. So, subscription model, monthly recurring fee.
Of what kind of range?
ACV is around 150K.
A month?
No, per year, sorry.
Okay, excellent questions here. Getting under the hood. Do we have any more quick questions? That may have answered everything. Ladies and gents, a big round of applause one more time. Jamie Clark from City Beats. Thank you. A phenomenal standard already, I hope you will agree. Absolutely incredible. And we are going to keep the standard going all day. What you're seeing are the best of the best. And speaking of which, I'm delighted to introduce the next wonderful company. Their name is Kotozna. They are from beautiful Japan, and they are a Japan-based solutions provider connecting people and businesses by overcoming language barriers. Their services turn businesses multilingual, creating global opportunities. I am so looking forward to this. Ladies and gents, please welcome to the stage Global Business Liaison at Kotozna, Abby Slater. Thank you. Round of applause. Yes.
Thank you. はじめまして、コトツナ株式会社のアビです。よろしくお願いします。If any of you understood that, fantastic. But as the majority of you probably do not speak Japanese, it does pose some questions, such as what if the world was not inhibited by language barriers? With a labor shortage in multilingual staff and a demand for high-touch customer service solutions beyond chatbots, these barriers pose a large business risk. But thanks to Kotozna, these risks are in the past. Introducing Kotozna Lemondo, the multilingual high-touch customer service solution that overcomes language barriers. Lemondo uses automated chat translation for over 109 languages to smoothly handle any type of overseas inquiry. My name is Abby Slater, and I'm a Global Business Liaison and Product Manager for Kotozna Lemondo. Here's an example of what Lemondo looks like on the guest side. The chat widget is located directly on the business's website. By launching the widget, a guest can begin chatting with the business's customer support staff. Here's an example of a chat between a Spanish and Japanese user with the translation engine working in the background. Through Lemondo, there is seamless communication, allowing for businesses to handle inquiries smoothly and systematically. Our products are driven by a powerful translation engine, which is a combination of multiple machine translation engines and human input. Lemondo also utilizes innovative functions, such as our resending feature, our client-specific proper noun dictionary, and our patented resending suggestion. Studies show that customers are 70% more likely to buy if they're able to use their own language during the transaction, which has a positive impact on customer satisfaction. Lemondo may also increase conversion while reducing labor costs and improving overall efficiency. A majority of global companies require customer service solutions as a baseline, offering a market of about 130 billion USD annually. Being based in Japan and Singapore, our current serviceable market is estimated at about 8 billion USD per year. What is the story of Kotozna? Local economies in Japan are negatively impacted by the language barrier. English is not widely spoken in Japan, and this can often intimidate tourists and vice versa. When we saw that businesses in other industries were also suffering from the same issues, we realized that this was an opportunity. Thus, Kototsuna came into fruition. We overcome language barriers by bridging the chat, or in Japanese, kotoba de tsunagaru. Our team, our team, founded and led by Genri Goto, a serial entrepreneur, are diverse, highly capable, result-driven, and incredibly fun to work with. Thanks to our developer team, we are constantly improving our systems. We have a strong distribution partner in Japan and Singapore, which is JTB, Japan's largest travel agency, and presently over 200 hotels are using our flagship product, Kototsuna In-Room, a multilingual digital concierge service improving communication between hotels and their guests. Kite itadaite arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to overcoming the language barrier together.
Arigato. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Yes,
you.
Abby Slater from Kototsuna. Okay. What a great pitch, so much great information. The funnel there, preempting our judges' questions, explaining complex business models in very clear terms. And our judges already have a question from my friend in the corner there. If you could introduce yourself to the room. Thank you.
Is it on? Yes.
Yes.
It's Joaquin from BBVA. Are you translating real human conversations? And if the answer is yes, aren't the sophistication of chatbots a threat to your business?
Yes, so we do translate live conversations, and chatbots are a threat, but we also utilize chatbots within our system. So the beginning of the chat are mostly handled by the chatbot before you actually launch a conversation with a live agent. And those chatbot messages are translated by our system to over those 109 languages. Thank you for your question.
Great question. Thank you so much. I do very much like that kind of AI at the front to kind of triage the influx of queries. Do we have any more questions? I'm looking at our panel of judges. Yes, from the stylish lady there. If you could introduce yourself to our room.
Hi, this is Lourdes from JME Ventures. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I understood that you focus on hospitality.
Yes.
Why is that vertical? And can you replicate it to other verticals?
Yes, so our original flagship product, which is Kototsuna In-Room, was more focused on hospitality because it was more located within the hotel room and providing that multilingual digital concierge to their guests. But now we've released Kototsuna Mondo, which will be launching in August, which is more focused on SMEs and call centers and helping make those smaller companies more global. We are currently working with a POC in India as well, who are looking to gain more customers in Japan and gain more startup connections in Japan. So they're using our product to connect with those customers. So we're looking to go for the whole industry. Any company who's looking to go global. Yes.
Excellent. Great question. Great answer. Big plans. Ladies and gentlemen, please, arigato. Thank you so much to Abby Slater from Kototsuna. Thank you. Absolutely wonderful, innovative technology, new business models, new ways of bringing businesses to the entire globe, opening up market opportunities. Tick, tick, tick. Okay, I said it before, I'll say it again. Our judges do not have an easy job. I'm glad they are doing this and I am not. So thank you again to our judges. We're now going to move on to our next pitcher. They are from beautiful Spain. The name of the company is Last.app, and they are a one-stop shop for all of the software that restaurants need to manage their business, unified in a single platform. And we are delighted to be joined by the co-founder and CEO of Last.app. Please welcome to the stage, Eric Nicolic Fraguela. Thank you. Welcome.
So, it's Friday, 9 p.m., rush hour. I'm at a restaurant, and I start to see that the service is not as good as it should. As soon as I deep dive, I start to notice something, and that the main issue is usually technology. And I start to wonder, is really technology killing restaurants? I take a step back, right? And I see that most restaurants have up to 10, 11 different platforms to actually manage the restaurant, meaning that they should be ready and be able to manage the shift very efficiently. However, as soon as the shift starts, I start seeing that most of these platforms are not really connected, not integrated. Most of them have different data structures, and most of their reportings are not comprehensive, meaning that the restaurants at the end of the month don't have a global report of what's actually happening there, which is kind of crazy. So what have we done? I'm Eric, CEO and co-founder of Last App. And what we've done is basically the only platform that allows you to manage your entire restaurant from a single device. That's simple. How do we do it? Well, first, we develop our own core products for the restaurant, meaning the POS, the e-commerce, the multi-platforms, etc. Then we integrate with more than 100 third-party services to make sure that all of the apps necessary in the ecosystem are integrated. We're multi-platform, and we work basically on any OS and on any kind of device. And of course, always with the right support. But what's customers for us? Like, our customers, our restaurants, are way more than just customers for us. Basically are like a society's meeting point, right? So we find it kind of frustrating that they have to focus so much on technology and be so tech-savvy to actually manage the restaurant. So our dream is to fix that, basically simplifying technology. But it's much more than a dream. It's a reality. Last App, it's already more than 200 cities in Spain. We work with really big brands, and we process over 1 million orders per month. Not only that, we have a big team an amazing team of 30 team members, and we grow per 6 last year, investing €0 in marketing. We are break-even, but we recently closed a 2.5 million euros round to focus especially on Spain and then replicate the model on other countries as well. So our goal, quite simple. Simplify technology for restaurants, right? So basically, we want to allow the restaurants to take advantage of all these new revenue streams, but without overcomplicating things. This is what actually led us to be the second biggest POS cloud partner in Spain in less than 2 years. But if I want you to just keep something in mind, is what we do at Last. Last basically allows the restaurant for them to follow their passion, which is customers and gastronomy, and forget all about administration and technology, simplifying it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Muchísimas gracias, Eric. You see, he was straight out of the gate there the second he was on stage and bought it in with 10 seconds to spare. Chef's kiss. OK, but what did our judges think? Do we have any questions about Last.app? I'm going to look like this, as if I was looking off the board of a ship. Do we have a question? Yes, we do indeed. Yes, we have 2 questions. Wonderful. OK, so whoever would like the question there first, if you could introduce yourself to the room. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Itziar from Iris Capital, a European venture and growth fund. Thank you very much for the presentation. I was wondering, do you actually replace other software, integrate with those, or do you also go into kind of greenfield restaurants that don't have anything in place?
Amazing question. Most of our products are standalone, which means that they can use one of our products or the whole suite. So we basically enter through the path that they're missing the most and then extend to the other products. But we do integrate with most products in the market, so they can actually live a life and be easier to enter through that.
Excellent question. Fantastic answer. Do we have another question? We do. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. If you could introduce yourself to the room. Great to see you.
Hello, my name is Marie from SAP, so congratulations for the idea. I was wondering if, what is your market today? Is it only Spain, or do you plan as well to go more international?
Perfect. Amazing question as well. Right now, the fund that we raised of 2.5 million in January is only for Spain, but our goal basically is to replicate that model in other countries. What we saw is that this model of unifying everything is not something that common right now, so we want to take advantage on that and replicate the model in other countries, European, LATAM, or anywhere that makes sense, basically.
Excellent question. Very to the point answer. We love it. Ladies and gents, one more time, a big round of applause for Eric Nicolai Franjuela from Last App. Thank you. Muy bien. Oh my goodness. Difficult choice for the judges. I'm glad you're here. They're sharing their thoughts, sending them up to the South Summit Mothership. Winner announced today, 4:30, right here on the stage. Exciting times. The winner goes through to the grand final tomorrow. Okay, and I should also mention, please do share the love. If there was a startup, a picture that you enjoyed, take a photo, share it on social media, use the hashtag SouthSummit22. Spread the buzz about this very special 10th anniversary edition of South Summit. Okay, we're going to move right on to another country from beautiful Spain. We are delighted to introduce Naptiv to the stage. They have built a next-generation platform for developers to dramatically accelerate their application development on cloud. We are thrilled to be joined by their CEO. Please give a huge round of applause for Alvaro Akaya from Naptiv. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Alvaro Akaya. I'm the CEO of Naptiv. The objective of Naptiv is to simplify the process to create, deploy, and maintain cloud application. We are a special team. We have worked together during the last 9 years in different startups. And during this time, our customers tell us the same thing. The complexity to create cloud application is growing. And that is an issue, because when you use your application that is your mobile phone, like WhatsApp, Twitter, the business logic is not in your device, it's in the cloud. In the cloud, there are a lot of components that need to work together: machine learning pipelines, databases, APIs. And this new scenario creates a new challenge. The first one, you don't have a monolithic application. You have a lot of components that you need to coordinate, that you need to understand. For example, when Twitter say, we're experimenting a degraded experience of our service, that means one of 100 components that running in the cloud is not working. We don't know which one. And this is an issue. The second problem is the development environment is not similar to the production environment, because we want to deploy our application in more and more complex scenarios. We want to deploy our application in edge, in hybrid cloud, in multi-cloud. And we require different deployment scripts for any scenario that we want to deploy. And this is an issue. It's difficult to deploy and generate fails. For this reason, we have created Naptiv. Naptiv is a platform that simplifies this process, because we focus our deployments on the application, not in the individual components, and also give to the user the capability that understand what happened with his application and all these individual components that compose the application. And also, we boost the productivity, because all the application that run in our platform is ready to deploy in any deployment scenario, edge, hybrid cloud, or multi-cloud. What is the growth of what is the size of this market? Using a bottom-up approach, we have estimated that the total available market is the 5 billion, and our serviceable market is the 1.2 billion. If we want to have the 30% of this market in the next 5 years. To do this, our company business model is a B2B software as a service. Our objective is to offer this platform in different plans: Personal and Pro for individual developers, and Teams and Enterprise for companies and development team that wants to change the method to deploy application in the cloud. We are so young. We started to work in this company at the beginning of 2021. The last year, our focus was create our first MVP. Right now, we are raising our first customer, and also we want to find the product market fit, with the objective for the next year to scale the company. If you have any question.
Perfecto. Look at that. Butter right in. Ladies and gents, big round of applause for Alvaro from Naptiv. Absolutely. Okay, that was a really good pitch. A lot of great information there. Very much for the developers. But do our judges have any questions? Any questions from the judges? Or did Alvaro answer all of them right there? I'm scouring the judges. I think you may have answered all the... Oh, we do have a question. Thank you for my friend in the corner. If you could introduce yourself once again.
Yes, it's Joaquin from BBVA again. Could you guide us through your revenue model? So how do you charge your clients and how that does work?
The revenue model?
Yes.
Okay, well, basically right now we are focusing in the part of the generic community of the developers. We have 2 customers right now. That we deploy our platform directly in the facilities of the customer, and they use our platform to test the application, create the application, deploy the application, and move the application on the different production environments. With this method, we simplify the deployment and the development lifecycle. That is the idea.
Excellent. What a great question. Do we have any more questions from our rockstar judges? Yes, from my friend with the white shirt. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Gonzalo Faraday. Very interesting again. I wonder a bit, I know you are at a very early commercial stage, but I wanted to know, you mentioned a bit about your partners program, so understand a bit more what's your commercial strategy through the partners.
Absolutely.
And what type of partners? If you could name 2, 3 that were your ideal ones.
One of the things that we focused is work with cloud providers, because one of the things that happens with the big vendors like Amazon, Azure, or big cloud providers is that offers this type of solution using Kubernetes, using different strategies for the cloud. Our objective with the cloud providers, like another companies that is more local, is offer our solution with a differential value for his customers. And for this reason, we have created this type of partnership. They are able to offer native to the customer and give a differential value of the public cloud vendors.
Okay. Excellent questions. And those are our 2 questions from our judges for Naptive. Ladies and gents, please give a big round of applause one more time for Alvaro Agea. Thank you so much. Great job, man. Thank you. Okay, we are now going to move immediately on to our next pitcher. The name of the company is Parallel, and listen to this tagline. It's short and to the point. They offer no-code automation for legal and back-office workflows. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. We are thrilled to be joined by the CEO of Parallel. Please give a huge round of applause to Derek Liu. Thank you.
Imagine that you're opening a bank account or renting a house. The agent starts asking you for information and documents, and then the nightmare starts. You start replying to emails with documents, and your inbox gets filled with email threads. Does that sound familiar? So, how do you and the agent feel? Frustrated? Sorry. Frustrated? Powerless? So, did you know that on average these kind of processes take 3 weeks? What if you could do it in 1 day? Say hi to Parallel. We help businesses say goodbye to email threads. How? With a no-code platform that automates legal and back-office platform. We found out that these problems are typical in customer onboarding processes. And we have experience with Know Your Customer, loan onboardings, and others. And together, they represent more than 42 billion legal processes per year. The market is huge, and there are many competitors. But Parallel has a holistic approach to solving them, while keeping the tool simple. We can solve KYC processes within less than 1 hour and with a few clicks. And for businesses, we have been able to shorten the process from 3 weeks to 1 day. Wouldn't you pay for that fast processes? So our business model is simple. We charge and we sell annual subscriptions based on the transactions we manage, multiplied by €2 per transaction, plus extra charges for premium features. We are currently targeting sales and legal teams from tech-savvy companies, landing key use cases such as KYC and contract generation and customer onboarding. And this is the founding team. Myself, with more than 8 years experience in Cuatro Casas as a tax and corporate lawyer, Alex, who has extensive experience managing sales teams at early and growth stage startups, and Santi, who has also experience leading cross-country tech teams and developing web-based productivity solutions. Together, we've been working very hard and iterating the product again and again until finding product market fit. And we have recently reached our 10,000 monthly recurring revenue milestone. And of course, thanks to our customers that come from different sectors, such as real estate, legal, etc. And today we are here looking for partnering with companies and sales teams, legal and compliance teams that want to sell faster, improve the compliance, and provide a better customer experience. And of course, we're also looking for investors to join our journey. Thank you very much.
Outstanding. Derek Liu, wonderful stuff. Bought it in perfectly in time. Seconds to spare. You can really tell they've put a lot of work and thought into this. And we have a question already. Yes, sir. If you could introduce yourself to the room. Thank you so much.
Hi, thank you so much. My name is Nida. I'm from Brilliant Lab. We have a fund in Middle East and North Africa. I wanted just to ask you if you can elaborate more on the competition landscape in your domain.
Okay. So basically, we started with document collection. We tried to automate that space. And what happened is that customers started asking us to make the same process as easy as it was with the document collection for document generation and other tasks within the workflow. And that's how we turn into an automation workflow for the whole process, right? So right now, if we would take someone like to as a guidance, we would take, for example, DocuSign, which has in the last report they just say they have 50 billion market TAM. Okay, so basically we're competing in that space, and even DocuSign is #1. They only have 4% of the market share worldwide, so it's huge, the market.
Fantastic, great question. Thank you so much. Do we have any more questions from our jury? As you can, yes, from my very stylish friend there. If you could introduce yourself to the room.
Hi, Lourdes from JME. So I would like to understand more the use case inside your clients. Is that software that use every employee, or is it only for some concrete person in your client?
Okay, so we have like 2 profiles. One of them that they use it every day, basically when they are, for example, salespersons or back office administrative people, that they need to like start a workflow. So basically imagine that you have closed now a deal, and you need to collect a lot of information from your customers and then generate contract, etc. So the person is normally an assistant, right? Someone from the back office. But we also have the other profile, which is coming from the legal side sometimes, right? Coordinators, project managers, those kind of profiles. And basically, they can build very quickly the whole process with a few clicks.
Excellent question. Really getting under the hood there. Ladies and gents, a big round of applause. One more time for Derek Liu. Thank you from Parallel. What a great session. What fascinating companies. We are honored to be joined here today. As I said before, these are the best of the best. What you're really seeing is a result of thousands of pitches, really narrowed down to the best 100 possible to join us here today on the stage. And coming up right now in the digital business category, we're delighted to be joined by Slang. They are a company from Spain, and Slang is a digital assistant, no-code RPA, an automation SaaS made for logistics, legal and healthcare sectors, non-technical staff. Sounds absolutely fascinating. We're thrilled to be joined by their CEO here today, rocking the branded t-shirt. Please give it up for Thomas Esquerdo from Slang.
Doctors spend over 50% of their time doing administration tasks, clicks, actually. Our client, Dr. Hara, he hated. He wanted to spend time with patients. But also Marga, she spent every day over 1 hour copying information for the ID picture and pasting in contracts. And this doesn't have any sense, just clicking, copy and paste. Hi, my name is Thomas Escudero, and I am the CEO of Slang. Slang is automation software. Slang is a Thermomix for the offices. Slang click, copy, paste like a human. And we have 2 ways to do the same things. Or you record your process and you play every time that you want to do it, or you find in our library the product that is already defined. And we are focused in 3 main sectors, in legal, in logistics, and health. Because we found our blue oceans, SMBs. Only in Spain, there are 3 million SMBs, and 80% of them or don't know or have not a possibility to automate their processes. And we are targeting 2,500 users for next year. 2,500 people that we will save 7,000 euros a year in time. This is what we do. Only for 50 euros a month, because we are a SaaS. We are not the first one, we are not the unique, but we are the first company to focus for non-technical people. Everyone here in this room can start to use automation from tomorrow, because we are for non-technical people. companies only can automate 30% of their processes because the rest is more expensive, the automation, than the time that they are saving. We guarantee 100% of ROI for all the processes that they are repetitive. And the most important, we don't replace humans, we empower workers. This is our goal. Last year, we accomplished our business plan, 150,000 euros revenue, and we were supported by the best accelerator programs and also finalizing the best competition in Spain. And 3 important points. With our MVP, we raised in 3 weeks 140,000 euros, the round that gives us the possibility to develop our current solution, a scalable version that will give us the opportunity to hit 1 million euros next year. And why we are a nice project? Because we are an incredible team. We moved from 3 people 1 year ago to 17 people now. We, the founders, we are pioneers in the automation industry with corporations, and we put the right resources when it's important for us, the customer experience. Because for us, the important is that our customer, like Dr. Hara, now he's happy because he doesn't have to make so many clicks, and he can spend more time with their patients. Because it's important to spend time what really matters. Slang is a beautiful user experience that makes happy workers and companies much more efficient at affordable price. Feel invited in our stand to check, automate, and make happy your life. Thank you.
Muy bien, muy bien. Fantastic. Brought it in perfectly within the time there. A wonderful presentation. Lots of great information for our judges to digest and to consider. And we have a question already from my friend in the white shirt and a question from the young lady over here. Yes, if you could go first. Thank you so much. If you could introduce yourself to the room. I love this. Teamwork. Great.
Hi, I'm Marta from Iberia, and I would like to know a little bit more about your business case and your business model.
We have a license per user. So our target is 50 euros, what means if you automate 1 hour a week, it's worth. Companies like Iberia, we know because yesterday you visit our stand, you know, but your team, they can only automate 30% of their processes because they have automation team. They use RPA, automation anywhere, blueprints, UiPath, but it's more expensive. They automate things that 70% of the process. So our case is to make easy the life for the small task.
Fantastic question. Thank you so much. And did we have another question? I believe over here, my friend in the white shirt. Thank you.
Hi. Very interesting again. I mean, for most of us here, business people, you know, it's very interesting to try to reduce that. I would like to understand a bit better whether it takes any human interaction on your side, on your team side, in order to set up a new process, or if not, ideally, it's on the client side, and how much time it takes, if you have that ratio, for the time it saves afterwards.
You know, we are like a Thermomix. You win Thermomix, I don't know, sorry guys that you are not from Spain, but Thermomix is a typical thing in Spain to cook. So when we give the opportunity that you automate your own task. But when we found a common problem, we developed the box, the recipe, that will help the customer to make it easier. But you have the option to just simply click, record your task, and you play every time that you want. So it's really fast. What we do, we help our customer with ideas. You are a lawyer and you have to make a lot of contracts. We give you the tool to make contracts quick. In 1 second, 100 contracts. So we are not only giving the tool, but also proposing tools, already built solutions.
I'll definitely go by your booth. I hate clicking.
So, feel invited.
Fantastic.
Thank
this is where the magic happens. That was great stuff. One more time.
Thank you.
Big round of applause for Thomas Esquero from Slang. Muy bien. And that is so interesting that many of our judges have actually been to the stand already. They're having the right discussions with the right people. This is the South Summit magic happening right now. I absolutely love it. Remember, ABC, always be connecting. Let's do it. Okay, we're going to move on to our next fantastic picture. The company is called Tramit App. They are, of course, from beautiful Spain. And the tagline is, they are capturing the huge HR software mid-market opportunity. Ladies and gents, please welcome to the stage Growth Manager at Tramit App, Daniel Grifo.
Hello everyone, sorry for my shirt, this is part of the show. What does Tramit App do? We are software to improve people operation in mid-sized market companies. We have 5 modules to do this. They are all connected together and they provide information to our artificial intelligence systems to improve the workforce in the companies we work with. Why focus in the mid-market? There are several solutions like Factorial, Personio, you know them, that are good for small companies. And the biggest companies usually use software from the previous generation, Oracle, Salesforce. For the mid-sized companies, Factorial and Personio are too simple. And a customized software is too expensive and risky to implement. TramitApp offers a solution better than a custom solution, but with the price at the advantages of the software as a service, which is awesome for our clients. How can we do it? Variability matrix. Our solution can be customized for every single client without the intervention of any engineer. We have high-quality data to feed our algorithms, and we listen to our clients during the sales process to improve the product. Also, we have highest security standards because security is very important for the companies we work with. Is this working? Yes, it is. The pipeline for this year is 2 million euros. We have a 99% of retention rate, absolutely awesome for the B2B business like us, and 87% of gross margin, rock solid growth. We have no venture capital behind and no business angel behind yet. This is all made with our own resources. How we are as a company? We are profitable, yes, profitable. We are a profitable startup. This is because we're a product-led company. For us, the most important thing is the product. We are empiric in sales processes, truly empiric. And we are free to take a smart decision because we have no speculative investors behind. The product is so good that we have already won several awards in HR technology and innovation prizes, and we have 2,000 companies, 45,000 daily active users in companies you may know, and many other companies I have no permission to tell you here. Dear investors, I'm talking to you now. You have been investing in Icarus companies. They burned your money trying to reach to the sun, and many of them are going to fall during the next year. We are a Daedalus company. We know how high we can fly without putting your money in risk. We are going to be success in the next economic cycle. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. I love the shirt. I love the Daedalus reference there. Absolutely wonderful. And we have a question straight away from my man in the blue shirt there. If you could introduce yourself to the audience. Thank you.
Yes, Josep from Sabadell Venture Capital. I have a question regarding the product functionalities that make your solution different from the others. So you're targeting this mid-sized market. What's the product differences that make your company suitable for those clients and not the rest?
Yes, thank you for your question. I have made this question in every session, in every pitch I have. You can only understand why we are different if you have a deep knowledge of the problems the mid-sized companies are facing in the HR field, and if you know how TramitApp can solve them. I would like to give you an easy answer, but there is not. You have to understand deeply the HR issues of the mid-sized companies.
Okay, fantastic question. Thank you so much. Do we have another question? Yes, indeed. My friend in the front row. Where is the microphone gone? Hola, with the microphone. Muchísimas gracias. Yes, if you could just introduce yourself for the live stream. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So, Mary from...
the other microphone, please. Disculpe. A la micro? Yeah.
Yeah. No,
you got it. Okay, good.
Sorry,
Thank you.
My bad.
No problem.
I have a question. So, your customer, I can imagine that they have employees all over the world.
Some of them have, yes.
So as you know, like the low labors are changing all the time. How do you update, like your software for?
Yes. The point is we are now focused in Spain because of the reason you have told. The law is changing, and we are focused in Spain because we like to be efficient. We have tried to open new markets, but the law issues are so big that we need some new investment to efficiently open a new market. If we can have a good infrastructure to open the market, we will expand the product.
Thank you.
Wonderful questions there from our expert judges. Ladies and gents, give it up for Daniel Griefel from TramitApp. Thank you. Fantastic. What an impressive morning. And it's not over. We have one final picture for you right now. They are from beautiful Spain, a country I'm honored and very lucky to call my home. The name of the country is Usyncro, and they are a secure SaaS platform to streamline global trade. They digitize the supply chain by democratizing access to technology. We are thrilled to be joined by their CEO. Please give a very warm welcome to Cristina Martin Lorenzo.
So thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. I'm Cristina Martin, CEO and co-founder of Usyncro, a global platform to digitize logistics by democratizing the access to new technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, or machine learning. At the end, global trade is a very fragmented process in which there are many stakeholders that are not connected in between each other. United Nations estimates that the 20% of the transport cost is due to this inefficiency. So in a global market, we have an opportunity of 2 trillion euros every year. Our history in a nutshell. We start being e-custom, we evolve to Usyncro. We start 3 co-founders, and we are a 23 team today. And we start as a SaaS, and we have evolved into a SaaS-enabled marketplace, in which we have more than 150 companies, more than 70,000 shipments, and we have traded 250 million euros goods. Usyncro reduce cost, reduce fraud, reduce the paper use, and also improve job satisfaction. We are a multimodal platform, and also we use blockchain to avoid supply chain traceability and security pain points. But we are based in 6 basic principles. We are collaborative, global, interoperable, open, independent, so important to be neutral and agnostic in this field. And also, we are very close to universities. More than 200 alumni has learned about blockchain this year by using our platform. We are so committed with innovation, and also we have demonstrated this year that we have no limits. We have tracked logistics in the space with a SpaceX vehicle. And also in our marketplace, you can find electronic documents, financing, insurance, saving up to the 30%. And it's so easy to use Usyncro. Only 5 steps, or using our free API to automate fully the process. Those are some of our customers. The last one was Air Europa. And we are in 19 countries and also in the space. Our forecast for this year is to have 500,000. And I'm so proud of my team because we are building technology in Spain to the universe. Also, we have an advisory board that helps us to take strategic decisions in this field. And we have, of course, competitors, but big competitors only shows that we are in the right sector in the right moment. Of course, I do not have to pass this opportunity to say I'm in fundraising, looking for 4.5 million. So very happy to speak with you if you know that you can help us in disrupting global trade. So thank you so much.
Muy bien, absolutely fantastic. What a great presentation. So much useful information right there presented in beautiful visuals for our judges to absorb. And you know, it's not just about winning this round, it's about the conversations. This is where some magic could happen. Speaking of which, we have our first question from my good friend there in the very stylish dress. If you could introduce yourself to the room, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's here from Iris Capital. We really like the topic of logistics. We are invested in a couple of companies in the sector, and I was keen to understand you have a very wide customer base.
Yeah.
What are maybe the typical use cases and the typical trigger for companies to look to your marketplace?
The typical case is an importer or an exporter company that needs to handle with freight forwarder, airlines, sea ship companies, transport, and has to coordinate by email. They can automate all this process using our platform, and we are a one-stop shop for logistics. You can find insurance, financing inside our platform, saving up to the 30%. And our target is exactly importers, exporters with more than 25 million of revenue per year, so we can digitize and add value to their services.
So you come on top of the forwarding services with added values? Thank you.
That's right.
Okay, fantastic. Do we have any more questions? The last question of our pitching competition. We don't have to have one. Yes, we do indeed. Thank you so much. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to our live streaming audience again. Thank you.
Susanna Chu from Amadeus Ventures of Amadeus IT Group. So I want to understand, so who are you selling your solutions to? Is it the shippers or is it the freight forwarders? And what are your USPs compared with the pretty crowded competitive landscapes slide that you just showed?
Yeah, I have been a freight forwarder for 17 years, so I know the problem perfectly well, but this solution is perfect for importers and exporters. Also, these importers and exporters can invite to the platform to their freight forwarders because the collaboration is the key. So we need to have only one of the stakeholders in the platform to run, but they can collaborate and invite in an open way to the other suppliers like freight forwarders, ocean companies, warehouse, or whatever.